This conference will now be recorded.
Right. So we were talking about and are together also, and we'll talk about regular expressions. What are the regular expressions? In fact, to search for some text, in fact, in the Mongo, we have a regular expressions. Regular expressions also not so good solution. We will talk about in the performance tuning. Why don't we use regular expressions in the large data systems? We'll talk about in detail. Okay. So because this will consume a lot of resources, in fact. Okay, we will talk about what are the best standards to read data in the Mongo when it has to search on the text strings. Okay, that too, the field has many assignments, like you are writing a description about the product. Description can be one liner, it can be 100 liners based on the customer feedback. So in that case, searching for it is not effective like going through regular expressions, but we need to know how regular expression can be used. So example, db.products.find. I wanted to go with the item. You have to use one field to use a regular expression. So regular expressions will go in the forward slashes. Example, wherever O is there, I need that output. O, only lowercase o. Do you have only lowercase o? All are uppercase letters. So in that case, I'll go with the capital. Okay, if I go with O small case, I don't find any record because all the product names are having the capital letters. It is a case sensitive. If I go with uppercase O, wherever O is there, that product need to be given MO, MOU, NTOP, and you see this BO and O. Wherever this letter is there, I just need it. Just need that. So example, I wanted the product which is having OP after it. This should must exit. So you have only this continuously OP and one product. So it is looking for this string and it is looking for the exact match and finding the product and giving you that out. So if I don't want, like I just have, if it has the OP and after OP, it doesn't matter what we have. We don't have any such product. No, we don't have. Fine. So if I go with the example, mm, maybe M. If I go with M, how many are there with M? There are three. There are three records which have the M in the name, in fact. So if you look at E example, if I go with the E is somewhere in the middle, in the last, all that. So I wanted only the product which is ending with E. You have to give a dollar at the end. It will match ending letter only. So wherever the product is ending with E, it will get you that record. Wherever the product is starting with, let me see, multiple or less or least, B, T, M, M, L. Okay, all are different in fact. So the product which is starting with the S example, just for the case, only S. Even if I give it yes, it'll pull all the records which are having the S in fact, but I don't want that. The product which starting with S, you have to give a cap. Shift 6. This will give you a cap. So the product starting with S, the starting letter of the product should be S only. Then only pull me the record. And I don't want that in the starting. I don't want it in the end. I wanted it anywhere in the product. Then you don't give the dollar at the end or cap in the beginning. It will go and search for that product everywhere. In fact, okay. This product will be searched everywhere. I mean, without it doesn't look for the starting position. It doesn't look for the ending position. It can be anywhere in middle or starting or ending. But if you're giving cap, it has to exactly match on that. Cap means starting value of the, it can be product, it can be any field for that matter, but that should start with S only. Dollar at the end means that should end with that only. So that's what dollar mean there at the end. If you don't give these two, it will go and search for that anywhere. So as I was saying here, if I go with a small o, you don't find the record. You have a oven as an item which has starting with o, but it is a lowercase letter. I'll give I, case insensitive, then I'll get the oven. So when you give the I here, it will make the letter as in case insensitive. Either lowercase, uppercase, find it. I don't care about the case, only find the letter. So that's what I means here after O. So generally, this we don't use it in as per the best standards and performance standards. We'll talk about what is the best performance standards to search a string with a better speed and all that. Okay, we'll see that in the performance training. For now, I'm going to wind up this. Any questions on the regular expression? Let me know. Second class include oh come on, why did I do that? Regular expressions in Mongo. Just for idea's sake only, you don't write regular expressions as a DBA, but having an idea, good thing. But we will talk about indexes, text indexes. We'll see that. That is more effective than this one when you have to read the data and the string especially. So this will read P anywhere. This will read only P in the beginning. This will only read P in the end. That too I means case insensitive. That's it. These three probabilities you need to know. Array match. Array data. So basically, I was saying in the beginning once, but anyway, you would have forgot. So array is something when you have to define when there are similar objects to define. So it's very famous, in fact, in all the products. Arrays in Mongo. Note, just for an understanding, whenever we have to define similar class objects, then we will assign them to array. What exactly this mean is similar objects. Examples for understanding. Examples would be first multiple phone numbers. A person is having multiple phone numbers, multiple emails, multiple accounts, anything multiple which talks about same thing. Then you have to go with the array, in fact. Okay. So now let me make you understand on this. So I'll create a collection here, CLS, db dot color. Okay, insert. I'm inserting a single field here. Maybe product test color. Here I'm defining some colors inside the array. Maybe red, green, yellow. So what went wrong here? Reference the test is not defined. Okay, the quotations around the test, the string. Then here blue. Here I'll keep it yellow, and here indigo. I'll discuss about it. Let me write first. Orange, black, mm, pink. Any other colors? quickly. Purple.
White.
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah, of course. Yeah, that's. How did I miss that? Here, okay, purple again, intentionally. Okay, so what else? Quickly, red. We have given quick colors out of mine. Oh, come on. Let's go. Anything is fine. So now if I go and read db.color.find, so these are the colors we have. This is an array field. This one is array field. These are all elements in it, right? So if I go and find, for example, on the field called color, I'm going to give red just for the case. It is finding one record. So you have only one red here? Really? Fine. So black, purple. Okay, fine. Let's go to purple. So if you see, purple is in the middle in the first document and first in the second document. When you are searching for an element in the array, one element, it checks for that element availability in all assignments. I mean, I'm looking for purple here as a condition. If you see the purple, it is available in the middle, it's still pulled out the record. If purple is available in the middle, still it is pulled out. So what you need to understand, if I'm giving a condition on the array field, it goes and search for every element in it for that match, not just the first position, second position, third position. In fact, it goes all the elements which are assigned to this array and then find it. If there is a match, it will pull out. It's not a normal field. Normal field, it will go on a first, you have to give the address, you have to call that exactly. But on the array field, it is not like that. It can be anywhere. It can be in the beginning, it can be at the end. Still, it will get you the record. That's something, works better on the array field. If you create index on one field also, it uses index on every field. So arrays are deal little different. In fact, in terms of searching the data, it doesn't look for the position. It look for everywhere for that criteria what you are giving it. That is what is an array. Nothing else to talk about the array, I can say. But the arrays are good for the definition of multiple things which are belong to the same class. Anything for that matter. If you go with atmospheres, seasons, anything such data, what you define as belong to similar class, then go and define under array. That's the minimum rule. So if I go with the pink, where did I mention green? Did I mention multiple times? Red is only once. White again twice at the end. Indigo also is qualified to read the same similar way like purple. So what I mean here is, when you're reading an array with a condition, that condition will be searched against all the elements of an array. It won't look for only first position, second position, or last position. It looks for every position. If it is found, it can be in the middle, it can be in the starting, it can be in the end. Doesn't matter. Still, it finds the record. So it look for that matching of element in the document in any position and give you the record out. That way, the array conditions will work. In fact, okay. It is simple anyway. Not so great, but it is simple to understand. It's not too tough to understand anyway. Any questions? I mean, if you don't follow anything, also let me know. It's just that you're giving a condition an array field with the red. Wherever is red, it will find out. It has only one record. That's why it gave you one. And in the second case, you have two records. One in the middle, one in the beginning. Third condition, one is in the end, one is in the middle. All cases covered. So the conclusion of this discussion is, array field, when you try to find array elements, The condition what you give it, it will go and search for every position and find for it this matching value, and then if it finds, it will give you the record out. That's what it means. One condition and multiple elements of the array. It will work that way. Okay. So array means that. This is very important. This is where we need to focus more. This is what we do in the real time. Deployments comes under updates only. Mostly our deployments comes under with update operations. So we need to review it. To understand that, we're going to talk about that. What are the update operations are possible in Mongo? There are 5 different types of updates. We will do it. First thing is changing the assigned values, existing assigned values, changing existing assigned values from fields. First case. Second case, adding the extra fields. The existing collections. Existing documents, not collections, you can say. You have already loaded, you wanted to add more records, more fields. Removing unnecessary fields. You feel like data is already loaded with many fields. You don't want that field anymore. You can remove it. Removing unnecessary fields from existing documents. Fourth thing, replacing the document. Replacing entire existing document. Document with new data. Fifth, incrementing, decrementing assigned values. Assign value to the fields. Okay. These are the possible updates. We will receive it and we have to do it. Let's cover case by case detail. So first case. Right, so changing existing assigned values from fields. So what exactly it mean? Clear the screen. div.products.find. This is the data I have it. Now I wanted to change the value from 200 to 500. Maybe I wanted to change 0 and avail to false. When it becomes 0, this should be false. Both at one go. So db.products. So the first DB will call the current database. This is a collection, and third thing will define the action. Is it select operation? Is it insert operation? Is it update operation? Is it removal operation? The fourth thing is you have to define the condition on which you want to do. First database, collection, operation, then what you want to do and what condition. Condition I'm going to give it as maybe I'll give item TV. So you have only one record with that. What I'll do, I'll go with here set. I'm setting the value, new value to the field. What I need to set here is ag quantity, aq quantity. I'm going to give it 0 and avail false. Two things I wanted to update at one go. See, TV has the availability quantity of 200 and the availability is true. Now I'm updating it. I'm updating it to here. The availability quantity should be 0 and avail should be false. Okay. Come on, this guy don't have a link to join after all these classes. Just a minute. Come on, really. Just one guess. You need any link to join, it seems. Sorry. So if I hit it, okay, fine. What went wrong? TV is not defined. When it is a string, you have to definitely append the quotes around it. It is mandatory. Now it got updated. How many matched with this item? Only one. How many updated it is modified? Only one. If I go and read the data, this data what we had, availability quantity becomes 0 and avail become false. It was before true, it was having 200. So you change the assigned values of existing field. If example, if I go and if I wanted to do wherever availability quantity is 0, here is 0, here also you have 0, here also you have 0. Three zeros you have it in three documents. Okay. So now db dot products, I'll give a condition. db dot product dot update. This is what we're going to do. And the update, the condition is aq to wherever aqty0, I wanted to set the value. So let me explain. This is a little advanced. Setting the value to aqty to 100, aqty to 100. I'm setting it, comma, while true. Both we need to update. Everything will become true now if I run this. But it will only update first occurrence of the document. Update by default will update only one record. That too only on the first occurrence. You have with availability quantity 0, with this condition, this will be matched, this will be matched, and even this will be matched. But does this update will update 3 records? No. First occurrence of the document all the time. It does not touch every document. If you want every document to be updated, there is one extra tag you have to use it, which is called multi-true. Multi-true means it will go for that match everywhere and then execute everywhere. Multi-true. If I use this one, it will, you see, if I go and check the data, only one record is modified. There are two more zeros, in fact, in the data. This first thing got modified, but there are two zeros. Now I wanted to update both of them. So I have to use multi-true. Multi-true means it will update on every matching record, not just one, not just the first occurrence. Whenever you would update with a multi-true, you definitely have to have the POC, proof of concept, as a screenshot. How many records this multi-true is updating it? If not, you should not run. That's what we follow in our Mongo environment. If anybody using with multi, they need to submit the proof of concept. Proof of concept in the sense that the output of that operation. If I run this, it is going to match to and update it to. This is what we wanted. This is what we wanted. Okay. So if he is giving this, assume a case, then what do? We'll remove all this. Only will give the condition to verify the deployment. Is he really saying that what it is touching that or not? So we'll use this first. So in our case, the data got updated anyway with 0, you don't have it anymore. 100. There are 4 records are finding with 100. So is he saying that 4 records only is going to modify? That you need to look at. Okay. That you need to absolutely look at. Okay. So thing is here, guys, multi-true is one thing. You have to be very careful when you're running in the Mongo deployments. Whenever you see the multi-true, you definitely need to ask this. They should have executed in the pre-prod, and they are giving us the result set also. They have to give us that these many records only my update is touching, because multi-true on the large system with large volume of data, it can match with thousands of records. If it is matching, it is modified, there is no rollback in the Mongo. Okay. So in that case, you definitely have to have the proof of concept, POC, as a screenshot. And then we'll verify before we run it with the find operator. Okay, with the find function, we'll find it. If that value and this value is matching, then we'll deploy it. Else we'll reject that operation straight away. Back to the development. Please work on this. If the records are not matching, what you submitted, what actually it is going to hit is different. This we are not going to run. This is what we reject. We did many times this thing. Okay. So whenever you update, multi-true is a little dangerous. You have to be careful there. Okay. But anyway, the
Second
first we
row,
talked
we
about.
need to update here, like for example,
Sorry.
we need to update in second row. If for example, we need to update the quantity on second row. So for
Second.
example, I mean, you have to change it to true something. It will be check for second also, like I mean, so only the first only you can see, right?
If you tell, you see the condition here is, let me tell you. If you wanted to update only the first one, okay, don't give the multi. It'll only update first one all the time. The update by default. Okay.
Correct. That's fine.
And
Yeah.
you are saying
Second.
is only you wanted to update the second one.
Yes. Yes.
In that case, you have to go with the unique one, not with the condition where it matches more. You
Hmm.
cannot only find the second out of all and then update. It is not possible in the Mongo. You have to give more fields to find it uniquely to update that. I'll give mobile, then I'll
Hmm.
update it quantity with quantity. Then it will be only one record where it finds. So that anyway I'll cover in the further topic. This thing what you are asking exactly. There is no such
Okay.
thing that if multi-true is matching with 100 records, I wanted only modify 50th matching. I wanted to modify. It is not possible. You have to
Hmm.
go on the 50th. What is other unique thing to find that 50th record and do the update? You have to do that.
So if it is in case of is the duplicates there, we can use for object ID.
Object ID, you never see a duplicate.
No, no, no. I'm telling, for example,
No.
if items, I mean, all our items are in duplicates in case of same thing. So we have to
Uh,
modify it. For example, second and third rows all are duplicates only. So we need to modify one thing. So we can use for object ID for that one actually.
yes, you can use object. It is possible to use object ID as a condition. But
Hmm.
you say that every field is same, then you go with the object. Every field is not same, then you don't have to do the object. Data is enough to find it.
Okay, okay, okay.
So if all fields are absolutely same, then go with object ID to make that update. Okay,
Yeah. Okay.
fine. So with update operation, guys, what do you call it? Just it was introduction only. I'll talk many different scenarios as we go on. db.collection.update method modifies the existing document in a collection. Anyway, we are covering the first scenario. Let's go with our discussion only, then I'll come back to the slides. So changing the field assigned values, uh, existing assigned values from fields, anything. So we are changing it. The value of the field, what I mean here is simple. I wanted to make it simple, db.products, better, not to go with the too much complex. Let's go with the complex side little later on. Maybe let's cover up our cases. So I'm finding one record. Okay, maybe I wanted to find the keyboard is over. Keyboard item. I'm finding exactly that item called keyboard, right? And setting the value to what values? Whatever the values you wanted to set it, set it. Set there AQTY 0, AQTY 0, avail false. I wanted to change these two things. So it is matched one, updated one. If I go and read the same thing, this was availability quantity was 2000 before, now it is 0. And it was available was true, now it is false. So you modified two values, two field values in fact, not one. You can do multiple fields also, it is possible. So I changed the existing field value. That is what I wanted to conclude. So if I wanted to go with the something regular expression this time, okay, item as whatever starting with M, cap M. So how many records are matching with M? 3 records, MP3 and all that, right? I wanted to change the availability quantity to all to be equal, just for the case. So 500. Anyway, avail all true, so I no need to change this one. Already they are true. So if I wanted to do all these three modifications, what I have to do? If I run as it is, how many records it will update? First question. How many records it will update? Only one. The first occurrence of the document will update. The first one. If I wanted more than that, I have to use multi. So if I go and hit, or it is not matching even one.
That is not in first row, right?
No, anywhere it is. db.products.update item. Oh, quotations are not required. Sorry. Here, this is not required. In fact, yeah. So it is matched on the first one, where on this one unmodified. Where this one MP3, you will see MP3 only is modified. See, MP3 got 500 from the 300 MP3 value. So this way you can modify existing field. Simple. Just find it and set it, the value what you wanted to set it, and from the existing field it will get updated. Find in the first condition. In the second, use the set operator is mandatory, and whatever the fields you wanted to assign the new values, assign it. That is the only syntax you have it to change the existing field assignments. Getting it? Yes or no? It is simple. There is no great complexities involved here. So I'll keep this here. Update where I started. Here I started, right? So I just wanted to keep multi-true also here, else maybe this is enough. Just to have multiple use cases to refer this case. Next, what I need to cover is this, adding the extra fields. Right. So now db.products. If you wanted to add extra fields, they're also set operator only. There is no great difference. So I wanted to add manufacturing company to all the documents. So what I have to do? I don't give any condition. Empty condition means everything. I'm setting here what I wanted to add. Manufactured, MFG, manufactured company, MFG. So example, Micromax, whatever it is, India company, Micromax, I'm adding it to every record. This record does not exist in all the documents. Condition is empty. So sorry, it should not be fine. It should be update. And multi-true. You must use that. Else it will only update first record. It is must on the first record. It updated only on first record, adding the manufacturing unit, extra field. No, I wanted to update everywhere. Then what I have to do? Use a multi-true so that you give an empty condition. It records an very dangerous. This is actually in fact, but I'm just showing you multi-true. On a large system, if you don't give a condition with update, it goes and update every record that you have in the collection, which is very dangerous. It is matched with 11, but modified only 10. Why? 1 is already inserted data. It won't reattempt to insert the same data. So 11 records you have total, but 10 only does not have this manufacturing unit. So that's why if I go and read, you'll find that extra field. Okay. If I wanted to add date also for some reason, manufactured date, comma, instead of this, date, date of manufacturing, DOM, assume a case. And I wanted to append this, a function, new date. And it goes and apply that 11 records to 11 records. It'll append date field now, a date field. If I wanted to read it pretty, you'll get the better readability. So every record has a manufacturing unit. Every record has the date of manufacturing date. So you see this one? We updated with every record. We added 2 extra fields to the existing collections, to everything, in fact. So if you wanted to add extra fields, this way you'll have to define it. So set new field that doesn't exist. Okay, set new field that doesn't exist, nothing else. Setting is equivalent to an update only, but when you set the new thing, new field, you define it than existing. That makes you will adding extra fields. That's it. Sometimes they do this kind of deployments because they wanted to have that extra field everywhere. That is missed out in the application architecture, but later on they wanted to add it, manufacturing unit also. So that way, maybe on conditional basis, some products should have that manufacturing, some should not. Maybe every product can have different manufacturer. So what product belong to what manufacturing unit? There they had to give as a batch wise update on that. Find that manufacturing products and apply that company name there. So that way you'll find it out. So this is called about adding extra fields. Any questions? Third thing is removing the documents. It is same. There is no great difference in removal also, but only you'll use instead of set operator, unset operator. Unset operator will remove the records. Okay. So let me show you this. I don't want these fields anymore. Now db.products.find. I don't want date field anymore. DOM, date of manufacturing. Then db.products.update. Here I'm not giving any condition to remove from every document that I have. Unset instead of set, now unset. And what I wanted to unset? DOM 1. You give it 1, any value for that. You have to give some value. It goes and delete from every document, multi-true. If not only one document, it will go and delete. So what we are trying to do, we are updating now every document without a condition. We are unsetting a field called DOM on every document, multi-true. We're going to do and 11 records it removed. If we go and read the data, sorry, so date field is gone. I wanted to remove the manufacturer also. Instead of this, MFG, MFG, that also gone. Now you are back to your actual data. Simple. Set, unset. Setting the extra fields, adding the field, removing the extra fields is removing the field. So set will add the new fields if it doesn't exist. If it exists, it will change the value. Unset will remove the field entirely from the collection. Any questions? It is simple, very simple commands. But this is what people do the deployments when they do it. But you have to be careful when they're doing the multi-true. You have to remove everything here. If they're asking you to do the multi-true like this, I'll remove everything. Only I'll keep the condition, what they give a condition. Then I'll run the find. Then I'll get to know that how many records they are trying to do. If you wanted to count also. If you just count total 11 records, it is updating. And their proof of POC is saying that 11 records only. If matching, go ahead and do it. No issues. If it is not matching, reject. This is your output and production is given different output. It is not matching. Please test and come back again. We'll straight away reject it. So that's what we do in our environment for the updates. So other case, what we have, any questions, please open up. I'm okay to discuss if you have anything. These are all important operation for us. Okay, what was other case? Replacing the entire document. For any reason you wanted to replace the document. Alright, so okay. Replacing is not good, in fact, all the time. It has its own limitations. I'll tell you. Okay, one minute. So replacing with the existing documents, replacing entire existing document. This is limited to one record. You cannot go to multiple records. This is a limitation. Why it is, I'll tell you. For example, TV, I wanted to make it television. The name of it. Okay. Let me find item TV. It is also something equivalent to update only, but it's little different. So here we don't use a set operator. You have to give entire data again. Whatever data you give it, that is the final. I'm using television instead of TV, the name of the product. And this time I'll make it AQTY as 50. Okay. And sold quantity, sorry, my update 500, sold QTY 200. Just for the case, it's a new record altogether. Well, true. If I go with the multi-true, let's see what it says. Multi-true, it will throw an error. TV is not defined. Oh, come on. Why I'm doing this all the time? This is string. When you give a condition, it has to be quotations around it. If I run, find, what did I do? Find, this is an update. Sorry. Right. First thing, multi-document only works with the set operator, dollar operator. Okay. Replacing the document, you should not use a set operator. It is a changing the assigned values or adding the field, removing the field. It won't entirely replace the document. So when you replace the document, only one document can be replaced at any point of time. So I'll use here extra fields also, MFG, manufacturing. Okay, testing, we are testing it. So if I go and check the data, if I read the data, you'll find only first record got completely replaced. Television, availability control 50, and this, it is added the extra field also. If example, just for the use case, I mean, to make you understand better, I'll add only two fields this time. Update it. When it is updated, okay, television to television is already there, so it is not updating it. Right, it has to, you don't have a TV, sorry, you don't have a TV here. So I have to change this. Come on, what is? So I'm copying this. See, if I go and read, I don't have a TV. That's why it did not find to modify, no matches. So I'll make this to television. Spelling is wrong. I'm matching it anyway. So if I go and read, it is up. It is overwritten with a new document called two fields only. More fields, less fields. It is a new document. You are entirely replacing it without a set means, and it is limited to one document. If you wanted to replace a document, you have to go one by one only. You cannot do in one single command. With multi-root does not work with the and the replacement of documents. Maybe I'll keep a note. When we have to replace a document entirely, it is limited to one document only. Multi-true parameter won't work. Just keep this in mind. Okay, fine. Where I was, right. So example, this time I'll go and keep only availability quantity 500. I'm finding a television. I'm keeping only availability quantity as 500. Still it accepts. It does not know anything. It found and then it is just changing it. If you go and read, it is only have one record. It got entirely replaced. It is not set. It is not adding an removing it. It is replacing it. In fact, entire document without a set operator or unset operator. Then it entirely change the document. I mean, the entire thing will get changed. Is that clear?
It doesn't look for varchar and value also, right? I mean, so earlier it is a
No,
television, it is a character, that is a value, that is a
no.
whatever it
We
is,
gave
right?
you
It
the
will replace. I mean,
yeah. That's it. You found a record and you're replacing it. That is what it look at. What you are replacing with doesn't matter. It's just
okay.
your final action. If I wanted to add it back everything again, item as TV to the old structure as replacing it again. Okay. And then availability quantity here, sold quantity. I'm replacing it. It's not updating. Okay. So it's a number. So I don't need of that 500 comma avail true to match with it. Then I replaced. So oh, I did not find because you don't have the television anymore. So what I have to give? AQTY as 500. That is the only condition we have in the document. AQTY 500. This is the first occurrence anyway. So it will go and update. It added back the old record. I mean, every time you're doing here, it is replacing it with a new input. It, whatever the condition is matching on the document, the first occurrence of the document, and it will go and replace this new data. So what data it is following doesn't matter. One field, two field, 100 fields, it will update, it replace entirely with that number of fields. It is a new insert operation equivalent to replacing it, deleting the old one, reinserting the new data equivalent to. Is that clear?
Yeah, okay.
Yes or no?
Yes.
A simple operation. It's not too tough anyway. Fine, let's go with the next operations. Incrementing and decrementing, right? This is rarely used, but this is also one kind of update. Fine. Clear the screen, db.products.find and db.products.find.update. Update on what? Maybe I'll go with a good condition AQTY LT LT 100 maybe. So let me find how many are matching. In fact, no records. Less than 100, nothing is there. We have right 0 LTAQTY. Was it not AQTY? Oh, sorry. What is a mistake? Dollar. Hmm. There are 3 records. 4 records in fact. So I wanted to increment all of those records. LTE, comma, this should not be incremented. In that case, what I have to do, I'll go with one more condition. One more condition, I'll keep it as while true, right? This way you're removing that as a condition. Now I'll go with next condition here. I mean the increment operator, set operator, we are setting here also, and increment to what? INC is an increment operator. Increment on what? Increment, no, set is not required, I feel. Just increment is enough. Increment on AQTY by 100, right? So with the first condition, we are finding 3 records. With the second condition, we are incrementing the values by 100, this thing. So all will become 200 if I run that. Unsupported projection set increment. Let me say, forgot the syntax in fact. Okay. AQ device at field increment, maybe this way, INC by 100, maybe this way. So it will only update one record anyway. If I wanted to get that done by all, I'd use multi true. So with the condition we read, total 3 records are coming out, and availability quantity increment by 100. Unsupported projection. Forgot this usage. Quickly, let me see. Increment Mongo. I just wanted to say syntax, nothing else. INC field amount. Okay, but this was correct only, right? INC field amount, what I incremented. Oh, it is treating like a projection. Okay, got it. Now let's go with. I did not follow that error first. Okay, the query what I written was I separated this out, right? I should separate when I have multiple conditions. What the heck? Let me see this syntax again. Okay, products insert one. Not the insert update one. No. Increment. It's simple, but I forgot, guys. Just a minute. Okay. Incrementing. Increment is a function and is calling that field and child field. Then this is correct. Is it requesting this? No. We are going wrong on the syntax. Where it is closing? This is not closing that. Okay, here it is closing. It's closing that. Then I need one more flower bracket, syntax wise. So now, come on, please.
What is a quantity dollar LT?
That one, a dollar. We are giving it availability quantity. This is what I have already shown anyway. So if I go with this one example, come on, just a minute. Why did I made a mistake? Big mistake. If I go with this only, what it is closing, correct. It is getting 3 records. This I wanted to update increment value of 100 everywhere. So increment by, let me see. I have in the module anyway. Increment function, how that is used. Upsert incrementing, right? You're calling this and calling the incremental and quantity. Uh, then this should be correct only, I feel. Comma inc increment aqty by 100 supported. Maybe if I don't give this thing, it will work, I feel. Still,
I
not
think
working
single
for
quote
some.
is missing.
Where?
INC, you can see right.
No, that's
Like,
not required. That's not required. Okay, let's give it if you want to see that. It's not required. It's not the case. Oh, I'm using find. What a silly mistake. Why do I do the find? It is an update, in fact. Hmm. I confused and I'll confused all of you, I guess. So fine. Anyway. So that's my mistake. Sorry. DB dot products dot. I was only concentrating on the this actual data. cd dot products dot update. It is simple anyway. Let's go with a simple one. I'll go with item. Item as bulb. Okay. Here. Uh, item as bulb. Then so increment. Dollar $inc increment. So here, what I wanted to increment aqty aqty by 100 example. So it is finding the product and incrementing the aqty by 100. So if I go and read, you'll find 2100. If I run it again to this one to be 300 or 400. If I go and read, it is 2500. It was 2400. Now it is 2500. So we are incrementing the values by, like when your salary get hiked, this is what happens. They're incrementing your salary in the system by giving the values, in fact, through the application. They run the batch will go and update it, incrementing it, in fact, the values. What you give it example, I wanted to decrement. Decrement means it's not something you have to go with the DEC. Here, minus 200 example. Okay, just a minute, I'm getting a call twice from the office. Just
This conference will now be recorded.
Right, incrementing and decrementing values which are there in a using a function, increment function. You are incrementing on what field? By 400, by 200. Here decremented. Decremented means not a DEC, it is a minus value. Plus means incrementing, minus means decrementing. That's it. It will become 2300, 2500 to 300 because you decremented the value by 200 from this value. How? Why only this value? Because you gave the condition there. What to be touched? This is going to be touched, and this is going to be decremented by 200. That's what it happened. Okay. Any questions? Let's go with the multi-case. What we were talking about, what the mistake we have done, why to leave that behind. So instead of this was the find. There are, sorry, come on, calling again.
This conference will now be recorded.
Fine. So if you look at this one, what I was trying to, on multiple values we wanted to increment, not just the one. So let's look at that side. Why it was failing? I need to check it. Condition was this, right? Without update, let me find it again. So are we really having two records now only? Fine. I wanted to update both of them. Update. Here we are finding it good enough. We going to increment it. What field we are going to increment? Sold quantity this time. Sold QTY to by how much you are going to increment? Maybe 200, just for the use case. And then I'm going to use multi also. Many parameters coming in. Multi true. So let's see. Modified. Good enough. That time we were using the find instead of update. That was the problem. Okay. Now if I go and read, and which one? Laptop was 1800. Now laptop should be 2000. And AC was 700. Now it should be 900. See, both got record. Both the documents got incremented. So that way you can increment. There could be business use case. They have to increment on certain things. Only they have to increment. They are not modifying assignments. They are incrementing the existing assignment value. So that way the increment will work. Okay. Is it clear?
Yes, got it.
Yeah. Just practice once or twice. You understand. It's not too big subject actually, Mongo. Compared to other products, if you compare with SQL, it is nothing. That's a very big product. So if you compare with the Oracle, this is even like Postgres also small product. In fact, it's like a Mongo only, not too big. All are binary based products. If you run Mongo, if you know Mongo, you can learn Postgres very easily. In fact, on the management wise, not architectures wise, management wise, it is simple because they are also binary based product. MySQL also similar. Only the time we need to spend to get that. Anyway, so come back to this. So update operations. Update method modifies the existing documents in a collection that we have seen to accept the query criteria to determine, like you give a condition, then modify on what? Basically, first condition. So update either update specific fields in the existing collection or it replace it if you don't use a set operator. If you're using set operator, it can change the existing field assignment, adding the field, removing the field, all that will be used. But if you don't use set or unset, it will replace the document. Replacing a document is limited to one document. Keep in mind. By default, update method update single document. Yes, it will update only one document, only first occurrence of the document. If you wanted to update every matching record, you have to use a multi-true. Multi-true is mandatory. Okay, this is what multi-true here it is talking about. With a multi-option update can update all documents in a collection that match the query. This is exactly we talked about. To change a field value, MongoDB provides the operator such as set operator. The following operator will set the value. It will find the ABC one and set the model to 14Q2 and multiple if it is finding multiple documents with the item ABC1. If it finds, then only it will go the multi. Set operator, unset operator, I don't have to talk separately. We talked about already setting the values and adding the fields, removing the fields. Unset is removal. Here it is setting, adding a new field. If it doesn't, the tool, if the field does not exist, it will add it. Here it will remove the existing field. That is only the thing we covered. Incrementing, decrementing, we covered. Upsert operation. Upsert operation I'll cover better in the backup restore. There it will be mostly used. In normal operations, we don't use upsert, but let's cover a use case here. What exactly the upsert mean? Here, it is also kind of update. Upsert is like, it is also replacing a document. But if he doesn't find the condition, example, item 1, item, any electronic watch. Watch, do we have watch? Smartwatch, maybe, whatever it is. Smart watch. Yeah, you don't find it. Here I'm entering that item, smartwatch. Okay, AQTY 200, sold QTY 5000, while true. If I run this statement, what happens? Can anyone tell? You need to see the data and answer me. Look at it carefully. There is a intentional ask. If I run this, will it update anything? First question. It's an update. Will it update anything?
No, there is no smartwatch here.
It
There
is
is
no
only
smartwatch.
matching.
Yeah, item.
Right, very nice answer. It is not matching with anything. It is not updating anything. But I don't want to fail this operation. If it does not exist, I want it to be insert. Then you go with upsert. Upsert to means there are two things inserted in it. Update plus insert equal to upsert. If it finds, update it. If it doesn't find, insert it. So if I go and do it, upserted, which means inserted. If I go and read the actual table, you'll find that smartwatch. This actually, we will talk about this command widely. Which one? Upsert. In the data warehousing concept, they use this a lot. Every day new data come. The new data should not fail. If the update is there, if the matching record is there, it should update. If there is no matching record, it should insert it. It need to get subsequent data. New records, existing records, all should get updated. So in data warehouse, upsert is a very important command for them when they have to update an existing data and insert the data in parallel. Right, every day new data will come and existing data existing modified data also will come. So how do they merge this? Only using the upsert. It's a very powerful command for them, for data warehouse people. We are only talking at the transaction level today with one statement, but in the further discussions with upsert, in the backup restore, when we have to merge two files, only updates, and if there is no matching, then insert two files. Then upsert, how do we use it? So I'm going to talk about a practical use case there with upsert. Here I don't want to spend good time. I mean, you don't follow it with a large data, without a large data. With one by one record, it will only insert. If I rerun example the same thing. If I rerun with available to, if I run as it is, what happens? Can anyone tell? If I run as it is, will it update anything? It won't update anything. It is replacing all the time the same thing, which means, see, it's matching and replacing it. It is replacing, but it doesn't make sense. The same thing, it is getting replaced, right? It is updating it. It's not upsetting it. When it is upsetted, it is clearly written upsetted. Upsetted. It's not an update. It's not modified. It is an upsert. When it is upsetted, it will write clear indication that it is upsetted. So I'll keep this data. Enough for the upsert. Maybe I'll make this as a sixth kind of update this time. Update with upsert. Upsert will have two things in it. So note upsert equal to update plus insert, two things just for the note. Okay, this is about the upsert. Anyway, upsert we will use in detail in the backup restore. Remove, what else we have? Limiting, we talk ordered bulk, unordered bulk, and yeah. Tomorrow I'll cover this, or else I can cover this. Yeah, ordered, unordered I'll cover tomorrow. At least till this point I'll cover today. Remove. Remove is also, to talk about remove. Let me enter some data. Student, not fine. Do we have any student and data already? Oh, we have. Comma to fine. So db dot student dot insert. So this is an intentional data. Okay. Fine. Just I'm entering one record. Here I'll enter one more. Enter one more. And two. So now let's go and read. This rate I have it. If I go and db.student.remove, third option, which is a deletion, S number 1. How many records it will remove? Wherever 1 is there, by default it is inbuilt multi-true. When you remove, removal is multi-true inbuilt. So I have wherever S number 1, 2, 3, 4. So if someone is giving you remove, you always go with the find first. Find it. Total 4 records is going to remove. If I go and run remove, it removed 4 records. You go and find 4, you don't find anymore. It is got removed. But if I give it 2, S number 2, there are 3. But I wanted to only remove one document instead of all. So you have to give 1 at the end as a parameter. So when you are removing it, if you don't give any parameter after the removal operation, it will remove all the matching records as multi-true inbuilt. But I wanted to limit to one first record. What is the first record in this? 2 is a Vikram, and other 2 are the Ravinder and Ravinder here. So this should get deleted first. If I do it, I'm limiting the remove operation to one record, not all. Remove all which are remove one. There is no range in the removal. You have to identify the removal with a range if you wanted to go with multiple fields to combination to find that specific range. But remove all removes one. Getting remove is very dangerous without a parameter. If you given one field which has across the collection or matching values, all will be wiped out with just one single statement. So very simply comma 1, it will only delete one record. Only if I go and find here, if I give 3, it will delete only 1. If I don't give this one, only what happens here? It will remove both. One no. remember with the remove. Okay, so careful when you're doing with the removal. Any questions on the removal? Maybe is it both? We'll get in. Guys, tell me after one more class. Removing existing administration anyway. That classes we might send another, but activities anyway. Note, I want to write a note. Remove function. Remove function will remove documents with our condition. Not just the one. That's not find this one. Okay, I let it before. There it is for. This is enough. DB dot student dot find first. Find number 4. Total 2 records. It's number 5. So that many records. I wanted to remove this. Okay, if I run as 8 occurrences are gone. But what is the case? 2, 3. All right. These many I have it. I wanted to limit the removal operation to 1 only with the 3. So here I am giving remove. I'm giving here 1000 also. It'll remove only 1. So parameter just a number. It can be any number. It doesn't matter. That's why I did not mention here. Just we need to add additional parameter to remove only 1 document. Right, that makes sense. Any questions about remove? Clear, right? Yes or no?
Ravi, one second, one question.
Yeah.
If you have the find with 10 records in the same condition, if you want to remove the third record on that table, how can you delete that one?
The same. You have to identify that with the uniqueness. There is no other way. Either it deletes all,
Oh,
deletes 1. It does not go
okay,
to that record what you're asking. You on the third record you have to give us a unique value, unique with the multiple. Here I'm going with only S number. I'll go with the S name also to make that unique.
okay.
So that way, it does not go to
Even
that. It won't skip.
even
Hmm.
okay, even object add also we can use, right? As a
Yes, yes.
condition. Okay,
Yeah, you can. Anything that you need to make it unique. That's it. Either you make it unique with a multiple fields combination or go with the object type. Anything.
okay.
Okay.
Got it, got it.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah. So next, dropping the collection, dropping it entirely. So db dot student dot before it. So collections db dot student dot drop a dropped db dot cloud dot drop a dropped. So collections it is dropped irrespective of the data. It doesn't matter. It just drops the collection. You have 1 TB, it still doesn't matter. It just drops. So how big, it doesn't matter. It just drops. Okay, so here dropping existing collections. Very careful on this. So your drop is very powerful. It runs so quickly and then wipe out the data of an entire collection. So you have the student collection here. You have the cloud collection, but after you delete it, there is no such collections. Okay. So with this, we'll stop for today. We'll start with the tomorrow bulk or this too. Anyway, a limit I talked about already. Don't have to talk. Limit, sort, skip. We did already. All that. Renaming a collection. Let's talk about that one thing. Renaming a collection. So show collections. I wanted to rename the teacher collection to teacher dot rename collection, the new name. Old name, you have to call the old collection dot rename collection. I wanted to make it master something. So now if I go and check this one, you see that teacher got, you don't find teacher anymore, only it is master. It got renamed. So this is a condition you have to follow. I mean, when you have to rename a collection, renaming a collection, use the existing collection and the new name. So rename existing collection. You'll find it. So this is old name. If you wanted to write me the syntax, okay. So here old collection name, okay, not collection name, and here rename. So this is syntax, kind of. Okay, this is syntax for following us. So this is about guys. This is again important operation we need to do as a DBA. Again important we need to do as a DBA. I'll cover this. So just practice it. Nearly 10-15 minutes to cover that up. You get a good knowledge. I mean, this is more than enough for DBA. Before we do the find, remove all the rest of the operations with the condition, read it, and what they are giving in POC, what it is matching, then go ahead. If not, reject it that way. So any